Hey guys, welcome back. Having a rough day. I finished this entire dungeon, and then my recording software shut down on me, and I have to start over now. So, I may be a little bit familiar with what's going to happen next. Let's go ahead and continue. Off from where we left off last episode, Sophia said that we need to get a lantern. Which are actually just right up here.
Look at all these lanterns. How are we going to know which one to choose?
Well, she's red, so I figured I'd pick red. They might have just been colors, though. I don't know for sure if they're just colors for cosmetic reasons, or if you're supposed to pick the right one because she's the right color. But she's a red Ember. I figured I'd pick the red lantern.
All right, I'm listening.
You found the right one. Home sweet home, and it's just the way we left it. Is there some sort of ritual to get you inside it? I don't think so. I was very young when you chose me to be your companion, but I think I'll just hop in and we'll get out of this disgusting place. Ta-da! It's in. That's all we needed. This is so incredible. I can hardly wrap my mind around it. A Lightbringer reunited with his Ember companion. Alright, we must go back to Surma. He'll know what to do next. Does Surma have a master plan? It seems impossible that I, on my own, would somehow change how all the three races treat Embers. He has a plan, I'm sure. He just hasn't given us the details. He spent his whole life researching Embers and Lightbringers, and now he clearly thinks that this is time for action. Whatever it is, it must be complicated, since it requires a fully whole Lightbringer and the cooperation of Domus's world leaders. World leaders? Would they listen to me? Aha. When a Lightbringer talks, everybody will listen, even kings, especially now, when everyone thinks all the Lightbringers have died off. I'm starting to see how we might be able to do something about this situation. Let's get back to Radiance.
You should have full use of your powers now, so we can easily teleport to places you've been. Simply open up your map and concentrate on Radiance, and we should be there instantly.
Yes, let's go back to Radiance and speak to Surma again.
Oh, I almost forgot. Here's a key that unlocks all the doors in these barrows. Yet another thing Corrin forgot in his mad dash to protect me.
You may want to explore more before we head back. I remember Ryle from Radiance going on and on about some sort of task he was hoping you would help him with down here. And that's exactly what we're going to do, is we need to put those 4 stones on those 4 pedestals. Got a few crypts around here we can rob. Yay, robbery! I'm a great person. But yeah, Rael asked us to... Let's see, whatever he... Oh yeah, I didn't grab these guys yet. He asked us to take the Embers and put them on the pedestals. And turns out those were actually what we saw before. When I was in this zone previously at the beginning of the game, we encountered weird altars, and I was like, what are these? And it was like, you can't do that. And I'm like, why can't I do that? Do what also? Turns out those are exactly what we need here. I had just finished this dungeon when I realized that my stuff had broken down and nothing was being recorded, and I had just thrown away the last hour of my life. Ah! So as you see, this is the intro area. That's the guide to combat. It's like there's the tutorials lying around. And all the corpses we made. We were very busy, weren't we? Yes, good job, us.
None shall stand in my way.
So we meet again, my friend. What you're doing for Rael is truly heroic. Our brethren shouldn't be rising from the dead and terrorizing the countryside. But do you really think you are ready for such a strenuous task? You were resurrected mere days past. How about a little test of mind and body? I have no time for your tests. Oh, please. If you don't better yourself, how will you save Domus? Answer a simple riddle and I will be out of your way. If you are not smart enough to answer correctly, then I will test your strength. Because if you can't be smart, you might as well be strong. Fine, let's get this over with. What's this riddle you speak of? What is sharp but not cunning, dull but not boring, always comes to a point, and is red when it's used right. It comes to a point, it's not smart, it's not boring, and it's turns red when you use it. It's a sword. That was an easy one. I believe I found it in a children's book. But a promise is a promise. I will leave you this blue ember here so you can use it to restore this altar. Goodbye for now. We'll be seeing each other very soon. I'm starting to suspect that Mr. Darkbringer might be a future party member, honestly. And that's not related to me losing my save. That's just me hypothesizing about what could be distant future things. Because this is what he does now. He's suddenly going to be like, I'm going to do little riddles, and then I'm going to give you your stone you need. Like, why are we doing riddles? That's odd. And I start suspecting that he's maybe trying, like, he said he's trying to make me more powerful, either by testing my brain or my strength, one way or another. It's like he's testing to make sure that I'm capable of fending for myself, which makes me think, oh yeah, right, here's all these planks. We've found out that woodworking is a thing in this game, so these seemingly pointless planks of wood are kind of a big deal right now. I mean, not really. We don't know if they're a big deal, but we at least know. We at least have an idea of what they might be used for, aside from taking up inventory space. Howdy. Everyone, focus fire that skeleton. So Cora starts off with counterspell.
It's gonna leave a mark.
Whoa, interesting. Hang on a second. Counterspell. Magically hit your target, dealing low damage and silencing them for 5 seconds. That's a surprise. You didn't have that last time, did you? I think that because I had to replay a section, it might have re-rolled her equipment and given her different items. I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is Corrin's in trouble. Wow, Corrin's actually kind of in a lot of trouble right now. What's this circle right here? Did I do that? Oh, someone's casting on me, aren't they? Alright, so Corrin's like really taking a hit right now. Let's maybe have him back off. Probably try to use counterspell on this spellcaster over here. There we go. Keep focus firing these guys. We need the zombie to go down. Alright, taking hits. If I use energy on Lightbringer, wow, that's a weak potion. I can try to use a healing burst. That's at least somewhat helpful. And Corrin can heal again. We're gonna want to rest after this, though. Take him down. Nope. I was trying to pause it. Crap. I was trying to hit the spacebar to pause the game, but it automatically paused because someone was low on health, which led to me unpausing the game, and that was the opposite of what I wanted, because we're actually in trouble right now. It's the spellcasting skeleton that's the biggest problem right now. Let's get Lightbringer and Cora out of the damage radius. Lightbringer's in trouble. These are actually like astonishingly weak potions from the beginning of the game. We're definitely gonna have to make better ones. Double strike and leap. We can try. You're targeting the right person with that counterspell? We need him to stop doing what he's doing. Okay, that's bad. I'll admit I made a mistake. So I'm sitting here trying to rush to get back to where I left off that I forgot that, oh right, the save I had to revert to. Cora's a brand new character. She's got like nothing on her. So we have this nice, powerful Staff of the Ember Magus, which is probably why I was confused by the counterspell, because I would have given that. I gave that to her immediately afterwards, because we had this thing just sort of waiting for a spellcaster to show up in the party. And that should be helpful. Give her an energy amulet, because she's the spellcaster. We'll give Corrin a health amulet, because he's the tank. Those are the primary things I had in my inventory. Alright, that'll hopefully be better. We'll see. Yeah, my bad. I forgot that Cora doesn't even have her proper equipment on right now, because we literally just got her. It's basically the worst thing ever when you're playing doing a let's play and you freaking lose progress and have to start over because a recording goes away. You're like, oh no, where was I? How do I get back in the right mindset again? Oh, spellcaster, focus on him. Focus on him. We've seen what he can do. It's not good. Blast a fireball right in the middle of that. There we go. Alright, Corrin's doing poorly, like usual. We'll pick him up. We're so close. We are so agonizingly close to hitting level 5 with him. Then it'll be a lot harder. and he won't be falling apart constantly. In the meantime, not a ton I can do. I'll use a quick potion on Lightbringer, allowing him to use a healing burst. Oh, that was a close one.
You took it like a man, I'll give you that.
Corin, don't go running out of the range of my out of my heals. Let's try to distract this this skeleton. There we go. Maybe I can get him to focus on Lightbringer a little bit. We just need him to go down before Corin does. There we go. Ooh. Even more things. Iron scepters, habits. We'll stockpile the gear a little bit and we'll look through it all at once. For now, we're still waiting for my characters to hit level 5 so they can actually wear any of it. We're working on that. Crude iron longbow of detonation. Alright. That could be cool. Explosive shot. One of the fun details of doing this is that you get you can actually get different rolls on the gear that I got last time.
There's nowhere to hide.
Sorry to interrupt your all-important favor for a random monk you happen to stumble upon, but I believe you need some training to prepare for the difficulties to come. A simple test of mind and body should suffice for now. I have no time for tests. He says the same line again about how you might as well be strong if you're not smart. It is delicate and deafening, unending and piercing. All can hear it, some still fear it. Don't acknowledge it, you'll kill it. Which is a clever little thing about the idea that, like, if it's silent and you acknowledge the silence, then you would be saying something which breaks the silence. That was an easy one. I found it scrawled on the margins of a Radiance monk's prayer guide. But a promise is a promise. I will leave this red ember here, so you can use it to restore the altar. Good luck for now. We'll be seeing each other very soon. That's what stuff like that makes me think that he might become a party member that I can choose at some point, just because he's constantly hinting at, like, cooperating at some point in the future, or hinting that he'll be around in the future, and of course just the idea that, like, the fact that he seems to be helping me by testing me at all kind of makes it unlikely that he's truly malevolent, unless he has some purpose that can only be fulfilled by me being alive. That's the main reason why his current behavior might make sense if he is evil. Otherwise it's weird. So we're currently exploring the second half of the dungeon from the very beginning of the game that was all locked off originally and we didn't have access to. Hello, dumb rats. How are you doing today? I would like to murder your dumb rat faces off, if you don't mind. I'm sure we'll get along just fine together. Fireball. Come on, just fire a few of those off. There we go. We'll get along great. Oopsie. That's a bummer. Every now and then I randomly slightly click on the screen when I don't mean to, and it leads to my character running around like a crazy person. Here we go. We're all gonna be fine. I've got our heals right here. Never mind. I've got our heals right here, I say, while casting it out of range. Wow. I gotta say, between the potions and my spells, a lot of my healing options are not as powerful as they once were. A recipe for heavy leather helm. Interesting. That could be definitely useful. We're getting new recipes for crafting. We'll have to head back to... We'll have to actually find crafting locations for them, though. Probably by just going back to Radiance, of course. Whale away. There we go. Nope, we'll be fine. Just pepper in a heal every now and then, and we'll be totally fine. So nice, just giving us barrels of gold. Literally barrels of gold. Not very much gold, admittedly, but still.
Be careful. There are enemies nearby.
Yes, there are. More zombies. Get them! Fireball should do a lot of damage to a corpse. Not that I have a lot of experience with flames and corpses mixed together. Just more of a feeling, really. Please don't put me on any watch lists. Now he's just running away. It's like, I know how to make this fight twice as long.
That would have made Sirma's jaw drop.
Oh, they don't seem to have items on them. They don't have a corpse name pop up when I walk up to them. Oh, surprise skeletons. Lightbringer and Korra back up. Korra and get up front. Oh, hello. Everyone hit that guy. He's just gonna sprout up in the middle of our crew. He was totally outside of the range of that, wasn't he? Whoops.
Heal me!
Get in a range real quick. I'll try to get some of those healing bursts down. Okay, it is not really sufficing, is it? Jeez. He's treating dying like it's his job. See if I can make him leap slightly out of danger. Just to try to make this last a little more. Holy cow, he is collapsing. Alright, Corrin, let's have you back up. We need to get you some better armor is what we need. Firebolt should do some damage there, yep.
I need healing.
We're working on it. There we go, we're down to one target. Gonna need to rest again soon. If I hit level 5, I can finally put on better gear, because we apparently need it. We're having a hard time here. Ow. That one actually chased me.
Pain is life, my friend.
Nothing like a good fight to wake you up.
All this gear waiting for me. We're still not level... Oh, we just hit level 5. That's what I needed. That's exactly what I needed. Now I can wear this decent gear now. Maybe we can get this going. Okay, first of all, let's get those stat points in. Dexterity and vitality. There we go. I believe I found a better... Oh! Speaking of things, steps I forgot. I bought this bow from the vendor. And I forgot to equip that on him. Ah, sorry guys. Sorry. This is kind of a mess right now. Having to revert to an old save to record old content really messes with your continuity in your head. Ah, I forgot to put on my new equipment. That was dumb. And I've got the new longbow anyway, which is even better. So like, we literally never used this thing that I bought at the store because I already picked up this iron longbow here. Yeah. Explosive shot. It's a hell of a strike. Let's see. Fires explosive arrow, dealing damage to the target and low damage to nearby enemies. Let's see if I can get better armor for this character now. Oh yeah, across the board. So I get one that has... Oh yeah, wow. Just a flat upgrade actually. Another leather armor that also has berserk, but better stats across the board. Not bad. No good helms for me right now. Okay. And yeah, we can't put anything on Corrin until he hits level 5, unfortunately. Otherwise, we're screwed. So, let's see, we're picking up... Yeah, we're picking up all these crude items that require him to be level 5, and he's very close, but we're not there yet. Then Korra. Get any good cloth stuff for you? Oh yeah. So you have Ratty Runed Habit, but this is the same thing, but plus teleportation. So now she has another skill. Ratty Runed Hood of Quake. Now she's got Ground Smash. And another piece of equipment being filled up so that she gets proper defense. So that's good too. Right now, Corrin has a terrible shield because he can't put this heater on until he gets that last little bit of experience. But I get a... Oh, nope, our helm's also too hard to put on. Bummer. Alright. Well, soon we'll get a better helm, I'm sure. There's more stuff to add to the pile. I'll reassess our equipment when Corrin hits level 5. That'll be probably the right time to do that. Any more skeletons over here? Nope. Okay, cool. We're going to rest again because we've been crushed, and our potions are not that good. Not right now, anyway. I'll have to revisit that apothecary location to see if I can craft more, but last time I didn't have very much to do, really. Because I only really had the one plant to use for making potions, which is unfortunate, but that was the case. What's the superior heavy leather helm? Oh, use it. Okay. So now I know how to do that. Once it's in my crafting journal. which I don't necessarily remember how to get to. It's probably down here. Inventory, map, game menu, character sheet, journal. There's the quests. Oh, there we go. Separate tab just for crafting up here. So, whoa. Old potions in the game. It's like this gives us more strength for 5 minutes if I get a steak, for example. I can make a few different potions, but I need different plants for those I don't have. Leatherworking. Level 5 superior heavy leather helm. Gives you 1 dexterity, 2 vitality, and a random skill. Requires an iron ingot, leather cap pattern, and leather. What's a leather? How do I get a leather cap pattern, though? I don't know. I never got that. I never got this recipe last time. Let's get our way to the next. You know what? We took a few bad hits. Let's just go ahead and update our saves as we go along. All right, so we just need to get to those 2 more riddle locations.
Slice, dice the
Hello.
field. Your choice.
Bad encounter. Everybody, let's destroy this guy. Alright, we're covered in spiders. That means we're surrounded by people, though, so... Good time for explosive shot. Probably a good time for ground smash, since they're surrounding Cora right now. She has an AoE attack. And Corrin doing a leap attack might be able to stun one of them. There we go. Save us a little bit of time. Explosive shot. There we go. They're still kind of grouping around Cora. Let's get Lightbringer to run past. Just to make them vulnerable. Probably just going to keep reusing ground smash. Because it hits so many different targets at once right now. I can just keep making her bounce. Wow. That is actually really taking a chunk out of the enemies. Oops, one little stray rat here. There we go. One last shot finished him off. Well, that was brief.
Even Corrin fights better than that.
A repeatable AoE attack certainly takes the chunk out of groups like that. Multiple characters having that kind of ability would mean that I could just repeatedly explode everything. That'd be effective. Or at least I'll assume that until I'm proven otherwise. What was that? Energy Amulet of the Protector. Hello. Just on the ground, huh? Sapphire. Some other currency type stuff. So here's the Amulet of the Protector. Friend in need. Deal increased damage for 10 seconds when a party member falls in battle. Also, pretty useful. 70 health, 5 energy. Seems natural. I'd want to put that on Corrin. Oh, he's not level 5. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Oh, I just realized what's going on. Something's wrong in my game. That's why I'm having trouble. When I came through this whole part last time, everyone was level 5, and I realized what happened is that when I found my Ember, we're supposed to have a whole piece of dialogue, which you guys saw last episode, where we're like, oh my god, you don't remember me? And all that other stuff. But when I reloaded my save back to here and came back here, and I went through all the stuff in Radiance again and then talked to her. When I talked to her, she's like, we gotta find my lantern, and none of the dialogue happened that was talking about, like, how we know each other and stuff like that. I think I missed, I think I actually lost out on a quest reward amount of experience. Like, I don't think the quest experience happened. That's why I'm underleveled.
All shall perish before me.
That's a bizarre glitch. Hello again, Lightbringer. Rael's quest is quite important, but I believe your long-term viability as the savior of Domus takes precedence. So, how about we do a little test of your mind and body to make sure you are ready for the trials ahead? I have no time for your tests. Then he talks about you might as well be strong. He always says that. It barks and it bites, whistles and roars, snarls and whips, yet has no voice of its own. It carries and runs without legs and arms, and when it passes you, its form is well known. So you notice it when it passes you. It doesn't have limbs. Pretty much everything about those descriptions all really specifically apply to wind. Very good. That is correct. Of course, that riddle was hardly a challenge for someone of your advanced age, but a promise is a promise. I will leave you its green ember here so you can use it to restore the altar. Goodbye for now. We'll be seeing each other very soon. Yeah, what happened is I had to revert to a save that was at the beginning of the previous episode you guys watched. And it was easy to get caught up because all I had to do was talk to every NPC again, because it was all dialogue heavy, so it only took a few minutes when I was just clicking through it. But I realized that when I got to the Ember, that when I got to my Ember, she didn't have any dialogue about recognizing me or any dialogue about, like, you know, the actual story happening. And I'm realizing now that, like, oh, that probably had an experience bonus, and I probably lost that. Bummer. Bummer.
No honor.
It feels like a problem for now, but I'm sure that it'll even off over time. Here, Cora, let's get you in the middle of this crowd. Not something I'll usually say about my spellcaster, perhaps, but in this case, oops. Okay. So I want her in the middle because she can do an AoE. Yeah, ground smash. We'll also do healing burst, explosive shot. See if I can stun them a bit with a leap attack to fend off some of the incoming attack. Basically, I've just got to try to flatten these skeletons as fast as possible. Okay, Corin, you might want to run away. That's Lightbringer, crap. Corin, you might want to run away. Lightbringer, focus on this skeleton, both of you guys. This one's almost down. Okay, we're taking damage. It's probably an AoE that we're standing in. No? Never mind. We'll use a firebolt and explosive shot. Try to crush this guy. Corin, you are not holding your own right now. Yeah, that's why I'm having trouble. Is that we were level 5 this entire dungeon last time, but that glitch robbing me of experience means that our tank is crap right now. That's a bummer. All right, take him down.
The end approaches.
Okay, we're in trouble here. My best approach is probably repeated. Are we in an AoE again? I can't tell if they cast one on us again or not. No, Corin, stay put. Corin? Did I tell you to do it correctly? Cool. The funniest thing in that situation was we're so covered with effects that I couldn't tell whether or not I was properly telling Corin to retreat. Ah, crap. Trying to get my heels on, and they're doing fire AoE under our feet, completely undoing my efforts. How close to dying is that skeleton? Close-ish. We should probably focus fire on him, just because once one of them's down, a lot less attack is going to be coming our way. Let's use an energy potion to try to be able to heal more times. He's taking a weird path, isn't he? Fireball. There we go. Now everyone focus on this guy. Let's leap on him to stun him. Fewer nasty attacks coming our way. Explosive shot, and we're just gonna spam double strike till he goes down. Go, go, go! There we go. Corin's level 5!
I haven't felt this good since Corin fell in the pond in Radiance.
That's such a big deal. I can actually put new stuff on. Oh my god. 44 armor is terrible. Let's fix this up. Oh, it's gonna be great. Look at that! I'm like multiplying his armor. I don't want Berserk on a... Yeah, I don't want to reduce defense on a character that's taking all the hits. We'll do Flash Strike. Flash Strike. Teleport behind your target and stab them in the back for high damage. A little bit of a roguey type ability, but the big deal is getting plate armor on at least. Yeah, that's the main deal. And then we can get these helmets on you finally. We can do heal or a greater heal. Greatly heals target character. Cool. That'll certainly come in handy. And that's more or less what I was going for. Oh right, we still have got the shield equipped. What about the weapon? Iron Scepter. We want a one-handed melee weapon. There's the Iron Hammer of the Bat. Gives him Vampiric Strike. And other bonuses, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much the option we have right now. So yeah, that's a big deal. So you can imagine why I was having some trouble here because of the missing experience from the glitched quest. Because Corin being able, like last time I played through this, Corin had over 100 armor like he does right now, and I was having to go this far with 44 armor. That is an abrupt difference in power between 2 levels. Alright, let's go ahead and have a rest. Should be much smoother sailing from here on out. Granted, we're practically done with the area now. Another 2% bonus, but it was mostly for the sake of recovery, really. Alright, one last Ember. So this actually brings to a close the part where we were slowly crawling our way through the locked off area, because this locked key leads to what was originally the place where the tutorial was all like, hey, first tough fight. And the corpses are all still lying here from there. So this last altar is going to be the one that you'll remember me finding in episode 2, I want to say. And I was like, what does this thing do? It's just like the other one.
Is my joy.
So we meet again, my friend, running that little errand for Rael. It is a perfect opportunity for me to test your mind and body. You can't be expected to save Domus in your current groggy state after all. What courses like a river, changes color on sight, is thick and rich, and a close friend to us all, yet its sight brings us great fright. Blood, obviously. It's thick and rich, it's close to you, but you don't want to see it. Blood. Impressive. I think only half of Domus knows that one, but a promise is a promise. I will leave this white ember here so you can use it to restore this altar. Goodbye for now. We'll be seeing each other very soon. There's basically 3 things in my head where I'm trying to, like, possibilities for what's going on here. So on one hand, maybe he is a villain. Well, there's 2 possibilities. He's either a villain or a friend. If he is a friend, maybe he's testing things out for me and he's helping me, and he's just sort of seeing how he's like weighing the options or seeing how I measure up after I woke up after all this time to see if I'm actually a hero and so on before he chooses to join me. Or if he is a villain, there's 2 possibilities. One, he might not be killing me because he has to use me for something, like maybe me existing as part of his plan, and so he has to not kill me, but he can mess with me or whatever. That might be one thing. Otherwise, there might be a thing where maybe he's against me, but maybe he's begrudgingly giving me these 4 things because he agrees that letting the Light and Darkbringers come out as undead and attack everybody sucks, and he doesn't want his own brethren to have that kind of fate. So so maybe he's like, oh, we're enemies, but I'm gonna give you these embers to let you solve this problem. But you know what? I'll be a dick about it, because that's how I do. That's the other thing that comes to mind. I'm not really super sure. There's a few possibilities, though. Oh, hello. That skeleton has gold! We can't let them have that gold. Alright. So now we're more or less caught up with where I left off, so that's nice. Sorry if this episode felt sloppy and weird and bitchy or whatever. I was trying to fix a problem, and then new problems kept arising, because on top of the lost save, apparently I encountered a glitch.
What can I do for you?
Weird. Let's see. So we'll visit the vendor real quick. First of all, yeah, just sell all of our junk to clear up our inventory. Then we can do one more trip through our items just to make sure that we have what we want here. So you're currently using the Staff of Ember Magus. Got a few crude staves. Nah, they're all noticeably weaker, so we're not going to be using any of those, probably. Cool. Next up, let's look at our bows. Any good replacements? That we are using Explosive Shot right now. And I do like the idea of an AoE attack, so I like the idea of that. The other one's Fire Shot. Fire a flaming arrow that deals damage to the target and sets them on fire for 5 seconds. Oh, man. Kind of a toss-up, because you don't know which one's more effective than the other one and stuff like that. But I figure if we're doing single-target combat, it's probably not that hard to all fight one dude, but going after doing an AoE blast seems like it's great for a lot of reasons, because we saw how Korra pulled off those ground slams, so I'll probably want to keep the AoE, or at least I think I'm happy with that idea. Next stop is Corrin. See, these crude iron blades are noticeably weaker than the current weapon. I'm going to prioritize stats there. And these other weapons are two-handed, but I think I want to keep my shield up because he's taking a serious beating lately. And we're going to be in some trouble if he goes down. So yeah, I think we're done with the weapons. There's no accessories. Alright, next goal is our armor. We have flash strike. Teleport behind your enemy. So is there any other splint? No. The other one has berserk, which I don't want to put something on that makes my tank die faster. Party heal. Heals the entire party by a small amount versus one person by a large amount. A great heal seems like it'd be pretty effective, honestly. It's gonna take some effort to keep track of all these kind of similar icons, by the way. So to compare, healing burst is just a weird explosion of white behind 3 people. Party heal is 3 individual white beams behind the 3 party members. And then up here you can see greater heal, which is 3 party members, but then one of them has a white beam behind them and not the other 2. So yeah, there's an element that helps to explain what each one is, but you gotta be careful because they do look super similar. So that'll take some effort. But yeah, we already have an AoE heal, so I'm gonna have him do the greater heal for single target, so I think I'll stick with the current gear in that case too. Let's see. Lightbringer's current armor gives him berserk. I could go for different armor if we have something else. Probably not teleport though. I don't know if that's something I'd want that much for my... It could be helpful for escaping. But that's the main thing. Let's see, because berserk... Yeah, increased damage and healing, but reduced defense. I think I'm going to avoid that. I think I'm going to stick with berserk for now. So the main question then is, does anything help Korra? There's no more hoods, only the one habit. Nope, no good gear for Korra this time. So let's go sell off all of our spare gear.
How can we help you?
Mace of Speed. It's pretty. Yeah, these are all tons of nonsense items, basically. So we can burn through these. Those should all be the things we more or less already sorted through. I sold our garbage already, so... Oop, spare pickaxe. Don't think there's a reason to have those. And I'm getting rid of the books, too. The main reason I'm picking up the books in the first place is because I want to read through them, but it'll be hard to keep track of which ones I have and haven't read already. So I'm going to pick them up physically and remove them from shelves so that I don't then go back and try to use the same ones again. So here's our map, and here's how we can fast travel back to Radiance. That's nice enough, huh?